welcome to Joyful Movement Studios. My name is Laura Marquit and I'm the director of Joyful Movement here in beautiful Fairfax, California. If you want more information, you can go to our website at www.joyfulmovement.com. So today we're going to be talking about back pain. That's mostly what people are coming into my studio with, back pain or hip pain or both back and hip pain. We do get a lot of different injuries in the studios, but the most common is the back pain. So that's what we're going to be addressing today. So I'm a certified Pilates instructor and I do work with Pilates-based movement, but I was also trained in Feldenkrais. And what I've found over the years which is the most effective, is if you mix Feldenkrais and Pilates together and you get the best results for reducing back pain. Some of these things you can also find in yoga and other movement therapies. So it's a little bit of just a conglomeration of different movement therapies that I have found that's effective over the years for treating back pain. So we're going to have Isabel show you the different moves. She's not an expert in any movement therapy. She's a friend of mine, and I taught her the movements right before she got on the video. So she is a quick study, but these are simple, easy to do moves. And since you have it on video, you can just rewind and keep replaying and learning. And when we talk about the low back, I want to get out my skeleton and just show you that we are talking about this region, the low back. This is the front of the pelvis, and this is the back of the pelvis. So this is the pelvis right here on either side. This is the sacrum, and this is the tailbone right here. These are the lumbar vertebrae, and these are the discs in between the lumbar vertebrae. So this is L5, L4, L3, L2, and L1. So if these discs become compressed, if one of these vertebrae becomes herniated or turned, any of this and all of this can lead to pain. The sacrum can be pressing on the pelvis, the sciatic nerve can be involved. Any of that can create a great deal of pain. And if you've had any x-rays or MRIs, your doctor has probably thrown out those terms for you. So I just wanted to give you a basic understanding of the anatomy, because I find that if I show people the anatomy, they have a better understanding of what they're trying to do. So through these subtle movements, what we're trying to do is alleviate pain by expanding this whole area. So we're trying to create movement openness in this area. We're trying to create openness between the sacrum and the pelvis, and between the lumbar vertebra and the discs, and we're trying to create space in the discs. And we're doing that through movement. You can also do that through other techniques like chiropractic, osteopathy, and massage, but I find it especially beneficial when you are doing the movements yourself. Not only does it puts that in your hands that if you have back pain, you can get down on the floor at any time and do these movements free of charge. You don't have to pay anyone to do anything to you. You can take control of it yourself. But by doing these small movements, you're also creating muscle memory, and you're creating openness in the lumbar discs and the sacrum and the spine, and you're doing that yourself. And so that way, by stimulating those smaller muscles of the back, you actually alleviate pain that way also. So thank you for listening to the quick anatomy lesson. I'm going to take it away to Isabel now, and good luck with the routine, and please get in touch if you need any other help with anything. Okay, so now we're going to try pelvic tilts, and we have Isabel here who's going to demonstrate pelvic tilts. So first we're going to do 6 and 12 o'clock. So we're just going to move the pelvis back and forth. And so when you're ready, let's go and let's get started, Isabel. So 12 o'clock, and then we're going to go to 6 o'clock and reach the tailbone long. Good. Take an inhale, and on the exhale you go to 12 o'clock. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, move to 6 o'clock. And this looks really good. Notice how Isabel is just soft in the chest. Her arms are soft. She's breathing easily. Inhale, and on the exhale, go to 12 o'clock. See how she's imprinting her spine. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, go to 6 o'clock. And she's just going back and forth in a really natural way. Not creating tension in her body. Her pelvis is only moving and not her chest. Okay? And then we can just end with a really easy neutral. So now we're going to begin with 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, which is just moving left to right. So right now we're going to go 3 o'clock, right, over to the left side, and then we're going to go 9 o'clock over to the right side of Isabel's body. So all we're doing is going back and forth. We don't want to get the waist involved. We just want to move from the bones, not from the core. We just want the core to be soft. This is a warm-up, or if your back hurts, this is perfect to do something like this, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. A little bit slower. We just want to go a little slower, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. We're going to be patient and slow. And we're just going back and forth with that pelvis, left to right. And we want to try and not vary the speed, just very slowly left to right. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the pelvic tilt series. Okay, so we're back again, and we want to show you going all the way around with the pelvis. So first we'll go to 12 o'clock. Let's start 12 o'clock and then 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and back to 12 o'clock. Notice how Isabel is just doing these easy small circles. We just want to go all the way around in a really gentle way. Again, she's moving from the bones. She's not using her core. She's letting her knees sway if they want to. They can move. You don't have to stop the knees. You want to try and go all the way around and hit every single point of the clock. And we're just going around in a relaxed way. We're trying not to create tension. If you look really closely on this, Isabel is a little bit stuck in that 4 and 5 o'clock area, which is fine. Everybody has an area where they're a little bit stuck and they're trying to move through it. In fact, hers is getting better as she does this motion. So you just want to keep thinking of moving through every single point of the clock, keeping the neck and shoulders and face, the throat, everything just totally relaxed. And then very natural breath, inhaling and exhaling. Long inhale, long exhale. And here we're going the other way. We're going counterclockwise to the right. We're trying to hit all the points on the clock. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. The head is relaxed. The eyeballs are relaxed. Just gently moving in this counterclockwise direction. Trying to hit all points on the clock, but if you miss one or you're too tight in an area, don't worry about it. Just continue and move on. Syncing it with your breath, whatever breath feels natural on this one. Just that's your breathing and you're relaxing, keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed. We're trying to take tension away from the body, not create tension. So we just want a really relaxed breath. So now we're going to do bridging. We're going to go to 12 o'clock tilt, and then we're going to keep pulling the vertebra off the mat, one vertebra at a time until we come to the top of our bridge, and then rolling down one vertebra at a time. That looks perfect. So then we take an inhale, and on the exhale, we're curling up one vertebra at a time. If you have any pain with this, don't do it, but if it doesn't hurt, it's a really nice low bridge that we're using here. The feet are planted. We're using our hamstrings and our glutes to lift our pelvis up and the low back muscles. We are gently stimulating the low back muscles as we go up into that bridge. So it's nice to let those multifidi and the other back muscles kick in as we're bridging. And if we stimulate the back muscles, we also reduce pain. It's a little bit of core here also. Notice that Isabel's chest and head and her arms are all very soft and relaxed. We want no engagement with the upper body. We just want to be using the lower body, the glutes, the hamstrings, a little bit of that core. You could use the pelvic floor here if you wanted to on the way up, either way. And we're just doing this soft, easy bridge to warm up and get those vertebrae open. So we're going to go up one more time. We're going to take an inhale while we're up, and then we're going to exhale down one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. And now we're just going to stop, stay in neutral, and take a breath. So now let's do one knee into the chest. First, we're going to pull the left knee into the chest. And we're gonna let it go. And then we're gonna turn the right knee into the chest and we're gonna let it go. We're just moving slowly here, pulling one knee into the chest at a time. This is part of the wake up warm up. We did the pelvic tilts and then we did the bridging. And now we're going to be doing one leg into the chest, just slowly like this, using our breath. The head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. We're using the biceps a little bit, but other than that, there's no muscles really involved in this. We're getting a slight curl of the spine as we pull one knee into the chest at a time, slight flexion of the spine, which feels good a lot of times with back or hip pain to flatten the back against the mat. And just breathing, inhaling and exhaling. We'll do one more to each side and then we're gonna move on from there. And there we go, and let's let it go. Okay, great, let's return to normal. And now we're in neutral, and very nice. So the next thing to do in this series is circling the hips around. Circle in one direction, we're in a neutral spine. And if we feel comfortable there, we can go bigger circles. We're gonna stay in neutral. Arm bones in the sockets, reaching through the crown of the head, circling one way, and whenever we're ready, we want to circle the other way. So let's go the other way. Nice, staying in neutral spine. We're just circling those hips, trying to get the sacrum and the pelvis a little more open, reaching through the crown of the head, arm bones in the socket so that we're not scrunching up through the head, neck, and shoulders. And just a relaxed breath. And that's about the amount of time we want to use. So let's go ahead and stop there. Yeah, nice. And then from there, we would go into child's pose. Okay, here we want to be really relaxed. We want to just let everything rest. If this hurts the knees, you can come up off the knees a little bit. You don't have to go so far back. But if it's okay, we just want to go deep into child's pose. Letting the head, neck, and shoulders relax, taking gentle breaths, one breath at a time. Inhaling and exhaling and letting that head just completely relax, letting the neck and shoulders totally relax. And then from there, we can go ahead and turn on our backs before we get up. The next thing that we want to do is the roller routine. Hopefully you all have a roller at home. I like the soft ones. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift our pelvis up. We're going to put that roller underneath the waistband, right? Not too high, not too low. And then the legs in the air, one at a time. One leg up, the other leg up. Right, now we're going to go into scissors. So just slowly back and forth with your breath, reaching one leg, toes over nose, reaching the other leg out, supporting it with the core. This is a nice scissors, head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed, hands are on the roller or by the side, and we're just opening and getting that nice hamstring opening here. It's a perfect hamstring opening exercise. It's a light core exercise, and we're just breathing one leg at a time. Okay, now that we've done scissors, we're going to move into open and closing the legs. So we're going to open the legs on the inhale, and then we're going to exhale, close. Again, supporting this with the core. Just like scissors, we want it to come from the core, but this is a nice opening for the pelvis. And if you want, after you inhale the legs open, you can engage the pelvic floor on the exhale and go deep in that core. Head, neck, and shoulders relaxed, hands by the side or on the roller. Just gently opening and closing the legs. And now in the roller series, we're going to go into leg circles. We're going to inhale the legs around and exhale, bring them over, toes over nose. Inhale, legs around, come together, toes over nose. Isabel's doing this very nicely. She's not going low, she's not going high. This is a really nice neutral that she's going into. If you're more of an advanced Pilates person, you could of course go lower, but especially if you have back or hip pain, stay in the higher range. We just want to open the pelvis, circle around, inhale overhead, exhale around, and whenever you're ready, we could just go in the different direction. We're going to go in the other direction. We're going to circle around, bring the legs together, reach those legs out and circle up together. I always like to think of toes over nose as you end, but if your hamstrings are really tight, that's going to be hard to do. You can always keep a slight bend in the knees. You don't have to have the legs straight if your hamstrings are tight. It's not really a lot of core work, but you do need to stabilize through the core as you open with the legs and the pelvis. And now we're going to do a great quad stretch. So we're just going to put one foot on the ground and we're going to pull the other knee into the chest. So we're just going to give that knee a gentle tug. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. We're just stretching and breathing, and when we're ready, we're just going to switch legs. After we've gotten enough of a stretch, we're just going to switch to the other side. Gently pulling that knee into the chest. Getting that nice stretch on that opposite quad. Right now is the right quad that we're stretching down on the ground, and yes, when we're ready, we switch. And we're getting that stretch one more time. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. We're just enjoying this nice quad stretch. Psoas stretch, hip flexor is also stretching. Gonna switch again one more time whenever we're ready. And then when you're ready, putting both feet down on the ground. Put both feet down, and then we're going to lift up off the roller. We're going to come up off the roller, let that roller go, come back down on the ground, and just take a break. Let that spine recover here. We never want to get up too quickly from this position. We've just put our body in a weird position with the roller, so we just want to give it a rest. And the very last thing we can do is just take some deep breaths in this corpse position, in the completely relaxed body. Now we're using no muscles. We have no engagement in the face or the ears or the neck or the shoulders. The hands are relaxed. The mind is focused. We inhale and exhale. Just focus the mind on the breath. Let it relax and take its worries off of your next to-do list or your back pain. Just focus on that breath, inhaling and exhaling. The hips are relaxed. The back is relaxed. The legs are relaxed. The knees are relaxed. The feet and the toes are relaxed. If you want, you can engage a part of the body, like clench the fists and then relax the fists. Flex the feet and then point the feet and then relax. That deep muscle relaxation that can come from using a muscle and then releasing the muscle. Just let everything relax. We can stay here for 3 to 5 minutes. That would be ideal. But even if you just do 30 seconds of letting the body just completely relax before you move on with your day, will help neutralize the spine and relax the mind. Thank you so much for joining us for that 15-minute wake-up warm-up. I call it the wake-up warm-up because I really suggest you do it first thing in the morning, right as you roll out of bed. You'll have the best success if you do it then, and preferably right before you go to bed as well. If you have any questions, you want to get more information or schedule a Zoom class, either a group Zoom or a private Zoom class with me, please go to our website, www.joyfulmovement.com. And again, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.